One way to resolve your matter is through a legal aid conference that takes place at the Legal Services Commission. Now, if you think you won't qualify for legal aid, just please keep watching because I'll speak at the end about why you may actually qualify. So what are these conferences? Well, they're run by the state-based legal aid services because each state in Australia is run by a different legal aid service provider. And they will be facilitated by a chairperson. The chairperson is usually an experienced family lawyer. They're very independent. They can't make a decision for you. They're not judicial making decision makers. And they really guide the conference. Often they're run by a shuttle conference, and at least one party will have a lawyer there with them. So it'll be you and your lawyer, your ex-partner and another lawyer, either in the same room or more typically in a shuttle situation where you're both in separate rooms and the chairperson goes back and forwards. The legal aid officers normally allow about 3 hours for these conferences, and we get a really good success rate with them. I think one of the reasons is because you've got at least 2 family lawyers who know what the law says, know what's going to happen if the parties go to court, and so they're really focused on getting some outcomes that's relevant to what the law says and really just being efficient in that respect. The aim is to reach an agreement, even if it's on an interim short-term basis, and to have that drawn up as a parenting plan, or because you've got lawyers there, they might be able to assist you to have it drawn up and formalised by a court order. So the concept of the conference is similar to the community-based mediations or the informal conferences. The difference is it's run by legal aid and one of you has to be funded by legal aid. Now, you can be funded by legal aid and your ex-partner not. That's completely fine. Or your ex-partner might be funded by legal aid and you're not. So why do I say you might be able to use this service? Well, you might earn too much personally to qualify for legal aid, but if your ex-partner does, then you can encourage them and talk to them about applying for legal aid funding so that you can make use of this service. The other thing to keep in mind about the funding is that with legal aid, it's means and merits-based funding, but with the means component, we find that it's a bit lower than if you're looking for funding, say, to go to court. So we do find more clients who are on a low income will actually qualify to get legal aid funding to have a lawyer with them at these conferences, as opposed to if they were applying to court funding where that's rejected because they earn too much. So it's certainly worth considering, and if you're not at all sure, the worst case scenario is that it's rejected. So make that inquiry. You can apply direct through legal aid in your state, or you can check with a private solicitor in your state. And what we'll do, and what you'll find in the resource section, there's the resources section that has the national legal aid contact details and also the details for your particular state. So feel free to make those inquiries. In my experience, it's a really good mediation service.